To my question. So,
How did you know?
what about X?
No, so you got mute it, okay? Don't leave it on.
Oh, you would mute it, yeah?
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Nice to see you again. Well, I can't see most of you, but nice to have your association again. Okay, so we will chant the mantras, third canto up to text 21. We have Divya Gorang is over here, so if nobody else is ready, she will do it. But is anybody else willing to do it? We recite the Sanskrit?
Can I do it, Prabhuji?
Oh, yes, Jai Radhika, of course you can do it. Okay, then we need somebody for English.
Thank
Can
you.
I thank you, Prabhuji?
Kusumataji, you want to do English?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, there you go. You can, I'm going to just share the screen. Let me just switch off some things which are making noise on my laptop. Okay, I will now share that screen with you. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chapter 10, The Opulence of the Absolute. Text 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Puya eva mahabaho Shunu me paramam vachaha Yateham priyamanaya Vakshyami hitakamyaya.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna. Because you are my dear friend, for your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained."
Text 2. Name viduhu shuraganaha Prabhavam na mahashayaha Ahamadihim devanam Mahashinam cha sharvasaha.
Neither the hosts of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences, For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and sages.
Text 3. Yo mama jamanadim cha veti lokamaheshwaram asamudah samateshu sarvapapeha pramuchyate.
He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all the worlds, he only, undeluded among men, is freed from all sins.
Text 4 and 5. Buddhirgnanam sammoha kshama shama satyam dama samaha sukham dukham bhavo bhayam cha bhayameva cha ahimsam samata tushtis tapodano yasho yashaha pavanti bhavabhutanam mata eva pruthak vidyaha.
Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy, all these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone.
Text 6. Mahashayah sapta purvem chatvaro manavastatha madbhava manasa jata esham loka imah prajaha.
The 7 great sages, and before them the 4 other great sages, and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, come from me, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them.
Text 7. Etam vibhuti yogam cha mama yo veti tattvataha so vikalpena yogena yujyate natra sanshayah.
One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mine engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt.
Text 8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarva pravartate iti matva bhajante mam udabhava samanvitaha.
I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts.
Text 9. Machita matkata prana udayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha.
The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me.
Text 10. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te.
To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Text 11. Tesham evanukampartham aham agyanajam tamaha nashayat नाशयात्म्यत आत्मा भावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता.
To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance.
Text 12 and 13. Arjuna uvacha param brahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan purusham shashvatam divyam adidevam vibhum ahut ahuswamruषः ऋषयः सर्वे देवर्षि नारदस्तथा असितो देवलो व्यासः स्वयं चैव ब्रवीषिमे.
Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me."
Text 14. सर्वमेतद्रुतं मन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशव न हि ते भगवन् व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवान् दानवः.
O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality.
Text 15. स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानं वेत्था त्वं पुरुषोत्तम भूतभावेन भूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते.
Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own internal potency. O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe.
Text 16. वक्तुं महर्षशेषेण दिव्या हि आत्मविभूतयः याभिर्विभूतिभिः लोकम् इमास्त्वां व्याप्य तिष्ठसि.
Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds.
Text 17. कथं विद्यामहं योगिं त्वां सदा परिचिन्तयन् केषु केषु च भावेषु चिन्त्योऽसि भगवन्मया.
O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you, and how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Text 18. विस्तरेणात्मनो योगं विभूतिं च जनार्दन भूया कथय तृप्तिर्हिं शृण्वतो नास्ति मे मृतम्.
O Janardhana, again, please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I'm never satiated in hearing about you, for the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words.
Text 19. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Hanta te kathayishyami divya hi atma vibhutayaha pradhanyatah kuru shrestha nashyanto vistarasya me.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent, O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless."
Text 20. Ahamatma gudakesha sarvabhutashayasthitaha ahamadischa madhyam cha bhutanamanta eva cha.
I am the super soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings.
Text 21. Adityanam aham Vishnu Jyotisham Raviransuman Marichi Marutamasmi Nakshatranam aham Shashi.
Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you very much.
Krishna. Thank you,
Thank you
Prabhuji.
so much, Jai Radhika Mataji and Kusum Mataji. Very, very nicely done. Thank you so much. I think everybody's getting very professional here now. That's great. Okay, let me now share the verse today. Right here, I think. So today's verse is 10, 12, and 13. We've just, 12, 13, right? So just finished the, I'll read from the screen actually. Just finished the Chaturshloki, which was 8 to 11. And we now go into 12 and 13. These are two verses, so we're going to see how far we go today. We probably have to do this over 2 days. So we will just stop somewhere and then continue tomorrow. It's a very long purport as well, so let's see how it takes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, the opulence of the Absolute, text 12 and 13. Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhamma Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devashir Naradastatha Ashito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute. You are the eternal. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirmed this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me." Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So Prabhupada Malini will read the purport.
Hare Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada.
Louder.
Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In these two verses, the Supreme Lord gives a chance to the modern philosopher. For here it is clear that the Supreme is different from the individual soul. Arjun, after hearing the essential 4 verses of Bhagavad Gita in this chapter, became completely free from all doubts and accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He at once boldly declares, "You are Param Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead." And previously, Krishna stated that he is the originator of everything and everyone. Every demigod and every human being is dependent on him. Man and demigods, out of ignorance, think that they are absolute and independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That ignorance is removed perfectly by the discharge of devotional service. This has already been explained in the previous verse by the Lord. Now, by His grace, Arjuna is accepting Him as the Supreme Truth in concordance with the Vedic injunction. It is not that because Krishna is Arjuna's intimate friend, Arjuna is flattering him by calling him the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth. Whatever Arjuna says in these 2 verses is confirmed by Vedic truth. Vedic injunctions can affirm that only one who takes to devotional service to the Supreme Lord can understand him, whereas others cannot. Each and every word of this verse spoken by Arjuna is confirmed by Vedic injunction. In the Kena Upanishad, it is stated that the Supreme Brahman is the rest for everything, and Krishna has already explained that everything is resting on him. The Mandakan Upanishad confirms that the Supreme Lord, in whom everything is resting, can be realized only by those who engage constantly in thinking of him. This constant thinking of Krishna is smaranam, one of the methods of devotional service. It is only by devotional service to Krishna that one can understand his position and get rid of this material body. In Vedas, the Supreme Lord is accepted as the purest of the pure. One who understands that Krishna is the purest of the pure can become purified from all sinful activities. One cannot be disinfected from sinful activities unless he surrenders unto the Supreme Lord. Arjuna's acceptance of Krishna as the Supreme Pure complies with the injunctions of Vedic literature. This is also confirmed by great personalities, of whom Narad is the chief. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and one should always meditate upon him and enjoy one's transcendental relationship with him. He is the Supreme Existence. He is free from bodily needs, birth, and death. Not only does Arjuna confirm this, but all the Vedic literatures, the Puranas, and history. In all Vedic literatures, Krishna is thus described, and the Supreme Lord himself also says in the 4th chapter, "Although I am unborn, I appear on this earth to establish religious principles." He is the supreme origin. He has no cause, for he is the cause of all causes, and everything is emanating from him. This perfect knowledge can be had by the grace of the Supreme Lord. Here, Arjuna expresses himself through the grace of Krishna. If we want to understand Bhagavad Gita, here Arjuna expresses himself through the grace of Krishna. If we want to understand Bhagavad Gita, we should accept the statements in these 2 verses. This is called the Parampara system, acceptance of the disciplic succession. Unless one is in the disciplic succession, he cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. It is not possible by so-called academic education. Unfortunately, those proud of their academic education, despite so much evidence in Vedic literatures, stick to this obstinate conviction that Krishna is an ordinary person.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanande Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashvati Desatarini Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So let me now share the document. They're doing it. Looks like I've closed it. 1 second, just open it. Yeah. All right, so we've got that on the screen. Continue to reading from chapter 10. Just move a few things around so I can see my screen. Okay. Chapter 10, the opulence of the absolute. The summary so far. 1 to 7, text 1 to 7, understanding Krishna's nobility and serving him. 8 to 11, the Chatushloka Gita, very, very important verses, which we covered the last few days. And now today we start a new section, which is 12 to 18, where Arjuna accepts Krishna's position and then he's requesting Krishna to hear more about his opulences. So here, in this section, we will see that Arjuna is accepting Krishna in complete faith, and then he's reciting some prayers to glorify the Lord in this particular section. All the prayers that we read in all the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, they're wonderful prayers. These are the prayers that we can use ourselves when we pray. When we offer prayers to the Lord, we can select prayers from these scriptures. And they are very, very powerful because they have been spoken by very powerful personalities. So then he also requests, in this section, Arjuna will request Krishna to describe how he can be appreciated as the all-pervading aspect of the Vasudeva aspect. And Krishna will then go on to explain that. So incidentally, we were in the 10th chapter, verse 12. And Arjuna has been quiet since the 8th chapter, text 1 and 2. He has been quietly listening. Krishna has been speaking, Arjuna has been just listening quietly. And in that 8th chapter, 1, 2, he was asking, if you all remember, that he asked 8 important questions in the beginning of the 8th chapter about what is Brahman, what is the self, what are fruitive activities, what is material nature, what are demigods, who is the Lord of sacrifice, how does he live in the body, and how can one know him at the end of life, can one remember him at the end of life. So beautiful answers Krishna gives in the 8th chapter. Actually, the first, after those two, text 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, Krishna answers all the questions except the last one, which is how can one engage in your devotional service, know you at the time of death. But that question, Krishna then spends the whole of the rest of the chapter 8 describing that. So I still can't see some of the screen here. So in the next 7 verses, Arjuna will express his acceptance of Krishna. I'm still struggling with this. Okay. No, I don't want it there. I want it maybe there. All right. Okay, no problem. So today's verse of 13, we've done the Sanskrit. We'll remind ourselves about the English. Arjuna said, "You are the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me." So he's accepting Arjuna's now after listening to the Chatushloki Gita. This is the power of the Chatushloki. Krishna has been speaking the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna for so many chapters, but these 4 verses have made the impact. And this is, you can see this verse, Arjuna is speaking quite emotionally. So he's convinced just by hearing those 4 verses. And he's accepting Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead. And not just that I'm accepting it because Krishna, you're telling me, but he also then points out that other great sages also, Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa, all these great sages also confirm the same truth. So nice, lot of words in here, right? For example, until I came to ISKCON, I had never heard of the phrase, the supreme personality of Godhead. You know, generally in Hinduism, we speak Bhagwan, God, all those, but supreme personality of Godhead. So this is very, very much almost exclusive to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, where they are very pointedly saying that the supreme, there's only one supreme. You know, we spoke about a few weeks ago, we were speaking about polytheism. A lot of people think Hinduism's got many, many gods. No, supreme personality of God. There's only one supreme personality. So it's not polytheism. it is not even monotheism in that sense. Although we do believe there's one supreme, but we also believe that he expands himself into innumerable different forms for particular pastimes. So the phrase that we use is not, let's say, what is it? It's polymorphic monotheism. Polymorphic means expanding into many forms, and monotheism. So yes, there's one Lord, but he expands into many. Right? So that's the meaning of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this word also Godhead. I'm sure that most of you didn't hear it until you came to ISKCON. So would somebody unmute yourself and tell me what you think that means, Godhead?
Prabhu, is it head of all the gods, in a sense like head of all the demigods?
So yes, Andre, so that could be one meaning. But actually, Shastras explain that Godhead actually means the spiritual world. The planet, the Vaikuntha Loka, Goloka Vrindavan, that's called Godhead. So he is the supreme personality of that place of the Godhead. So, but you're right, Chandresh Prabhu, Godhead could also mean the head of all the gods. But the meaning that the Acharyas give is that is the place. Godhead actually is our destination. Back to Godhead, as you said, as Prabhupada says in the magazine, right? Back to Godhead. So you see, that in that sense, back to Godhead, it would also mean back to that person who is the head of all the gods, but also back to that abode of the God, right? And the next phrase is the ultimate abode. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode. So those two are connected, right? Because your abode, oh my Lord, is the ultimate. There's nothing beyond that. And that should be the goal for all of us. Then it says you're the purest, which of course, nothing can be as pure as a Supreme Lord. The Lord is the purest. We talk about the different modes in material nature, goodness, passion, ignorance. And modes of passion and ignorance are not pure because, of course, they are contaminated with passion and ignorance. But the mode of goodness also in the material world is not pure because it is explained that even the mode of goodness in the material world is never pure. There's always a tinge of either passion or goodness, or passion or ignorance, or both of them. And because of that, one has to transcend even this mode of goodness, material goodness, and go to the Suddha Sattva. From Sattva, which is material mode of goodness, go to Suddha Sattva, which is pure. That is the pure, that's the pure. And this is Krishna's description, pure. The absolute truth, again, a term that you hear, but very, very heavily used. Prabhupada uses this term in all his purports, all his translations. So a few weeks ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, Mataji, I remember asking about the absolute truth. So once again, can somebody tell me what you think that means? Nobody?
Does it mean nothing beyond that? The absolute, the highest.
Exactly. So thank you, Hema Mataji. So there's a few things that how you can understand. So first of all, absolute truth. In Sanskrit, the phrase is Satyam Param. If you see in the first verse, that it ends Satyam Param Dhimahi. So Satyam Param means, it literally translates as the topmost truth. Satyam means truth. Param means the topmost. So the topmost truth, or the absolute truth, that's Sanskrit. So in one sense, what you said is right, there's nothing beyond him. But also there's other meanings that the Shastras give. Absolute truth means a reality which does not change with time. That will remain constant. Everything else will change, but that supreme truth will remain constant. It'll never change. And also, by saying absolute truth, we also mean that all other truths are relative to that, and all other truths depend on that truth. So literally, everything in the world is relative to the Supreme Lord, and everything else depends on the Supreme Lord. and the other one is that he is a source of everything. Absolute truth means the source of everything and the ultimate cause of all causes. So this is a very, very deep meaning of the absolute truth. Then he says, you're eternal. That's easy to understand. Eternal. The Lord is Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternity. And similarly, we have to understand that even us, the living entities, are Sat Chit Ananda. Although we are forgotten, because we're covered with Maya, we're forgotten, but we are also Sat Chit Ananda. We are part and parcel of that Supreme Lord. So if he is Sat Chit Ananda, we are also Sat Chit Ananda. So he's eternal. Yeah, that we can say. He's transcendental. Again, meaning that he is not at all covered by these modes. These modes, three modes of nature, have been created by him, but it's not the case that he is controlled by them. On the contrary, he controls those modes. So he's transcendental, meaning he's transcendental to the material nature, which means it's transcendental to the modes of nature, material modes. So he is forever in the Suddha Sattva platform, Vasudeva platform. He is the original person. So, of course, we have read a couple of weeks ago the verse from the Bhagavatam, from the Chatusloki Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto. Is it second canto? Yeah, second canto. Okay, I forget exactly where it is. But it says, Aham evasam evagre, nanyad yat tat yat sat asat param. So before there was anything else here, it was only I who was here. And this is the discussion he's having with Brahma. 2933. So 2933 to 36. This is the Chatusloki Bhagavatam. So in that very first verse, he explains that I was here before everything else, anything existed. So he is the original person from that way. Many people would say the original person is Brahma. He's also actually described as the original person. Yes, he is original person in the material world. So Brahma is the original person in Adi Purusha in the material world, but overall, the Lord Krishna, Vishnu, is the original person. He is unborn. So again, yes, we know that Krishna is unborn. But then here, I have a question for you. I would say to you that you say to me that Krishna is unborn, but we read in the Bhagavatam, we read in the Mahabharata that Krishna was born. He was born to Devaki and Vasudeva. What would you say to me? He can't be unborn. He took birth.
I don't think Krishna took any birth, original form. I think that what they're describing, this original form. He doesn't take any birth. He was there before anything was there.
Yes, so he was there before anything was there, absolutely. But if you read the scriptures, he says he was Devaki and was eighth child.
So, Bhakti Charu Maharaj explains that it's like a sun sets and sun rises again.
Excellent.
So Krishna comes like sun rises again.
Excellent. That's a good point. So when, like, for example, now the sun is not there, so we cannot say that the sun is gone. Sun is always there, and when it appears tomorrow morning, it's not a new sun. It's the same sun that we are seeing again. So that way, Krishna is never gone. He's always there. And when he takes birth, as we see, as a son of Vasudeva and Devaki, he actually takes birth to fulfill the devotee's wish. Yeah, this is what we need to understand. He doesn't take birth. You and I, we all don't have a choice. We will have to take birth in our next birth. We'll have to take birth according to our karmas in this life, right? And there is no way we can change anything. We have to accept it. We can't say, no, I don't want that. I want something else. No. But Krishna comes to this world by his own free will. Forced by karma. So this is
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry to disturb you, Prabhu. Isn't it that also that, whenever there is too much adharma, and then to establish dharma, that Krishna to take birth?
Yes, but exactly. But
Because
then that's correct. So Krishna says, "Yada yada hi dharmasya
dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata
abhyutanam."
adyutmana dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham.
He says, "I come," like that, right? But
Yeah.
this is the point. We do say birth, and he does also. He himself uses birth. But the point that the birth that we talk about the Lord is completely different from the normal birth that we experience. So this is the point to remember, that he is never gone. He is always there. Even now, Krishna is there somewhere. Some pastimes are going on in some other universe, and he is never gone. And when he does appear, that's why we normally say his appearance day. We never say Krishna's. We do say Krishna's birthday, but the real way to explain it is appearance day, because he appears by his own will. And we can't appear out by on our own will. We have to only follow the law of karma.
And Prabhuji, before Krishna took birth, in Devaki and Vasudev, he actually showed his, Chatur Bhuja Swarup, and then he took a birth.
Exactly. He showed his so that's why you can see that he came as a Supreme Lord, not as a normal baby. So this is what we have to understand when we talk about unborn. And to continue, we ourselves, in that sense, are unborn actually. Yes, we go through this cycle of birth and death, but the soul is, when we say birth, what is birth? Birth is of the body. The soul travels and then takes on another body. So birth and death is of the body. The soul is neither dying or getting born again. The soul is not getting born. It's the body that is getting born. So in that sense, we are also unborn. Once again, because we are part and parcel of him, we are the same. Then the last adjective is, he's the greatest. Again, nobody can argue with that. He is the greatest. So amazing descriptions that Arjuna started off with for the Lord. We'll start with the main points, and then we'll see how far we go. By the way, I just wanted to say at the beginning, and I forgot, that I want to dedicate this class to His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj. We mentioned last week that he's in hospital. Everybody knows, I think. He's still very, very critically ill. Over the last 2 days, he's had a heart attack. He's also had some kidney issues. So things are very, very critical. Doctors, he's under the best care. Everybody is taking a lot of care, and he's in the best situation. We have to just keep praying to Lord Krishna that please, oh my Lord, if you so desire, please give him his health back and let us have his association, because we do need him. ISKCON needs him. The whole world needs him. So we will dedicate this class, and if we have time, well, we should make time. At the end, we will sing Nasim prayers again today. So, okay, the main points here. So these two verses, the Supreme Lord, he says, actually in the verse when you read, so can you see the beginning where he gives a chance to the modern philosophers? Yeah. So in my translation on the screen, it says Mayavadi philosopher. In the book, it says modern. So obviously at some point that it has changed, but it's the same thing, modern and Mayavadi. Mayavadi philosophers, they are the modern philosophers. They don't believe in Krishna being a person. So gives a chance to Mayavadi philosopher. So how does he give a chance? Because if they did understand this, like Arjun did, then they would never misunderstand Krishna. Now, this term Mayavad, we use quite a lot. Prabhupada uses it quite a lot in his purport, so we are quite familiar with it. But people who are new may not know what Mayavad is. So again, could I have somebody maybe explain to me what Mayavad, what does it mean?
I think in our philosophy, we believe, or no, we kind of we know that this world is real. It's material world, it's real. Whereas in Mayavad, it says it's illusions, it's not real.
Yeah.
So this entire material manifestation is actually Maya. It doesn't exist, but what we see is kind of actual Maya. And that's what I know, that much only. Don't know much.
That is correct. Chandresh Prabhu, that's correct. So they believe, they say, Brahma Satyam, okay, Mithya.
I think it's Mayavad.
That's Mayavad, right? So,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, isn't it that Mayavadis believe Krishna's body is material?
exactly, yes. So Chandresh Prabhu started off with the fact that they believe that this Jagat is Mithya. We believe that it is not, because it's Krishna's energy. How can it be Mithya? How can it be false? Krishna's energy cannot be false. Material nature is Krishna's energy. Krishna says in the 9th chapter, 9:10, Maya Dakshana Prakriti Suyate Sa Characharam Hetunanena Konteya Jagat Viparivartate. This material nature is one of my energies, so it cannot be false. We say that it is temporary. Sometimes it's manifest, sometimes it's not. So that much we admit, but not that it's false. And then the second point Mataji just made is, yes, they believe in, okay, here, this is the first point that I was making. I believe that the supreme truth is Brahman or spiritual energy, which is unlimited without form, quality, or activity. So because they believe that the supreme truth is that, they don't believe that the supreme truth is a person. So they believe that when Krishna comes, he is a product of this Brahman, and when he comes to the material nature, he takes on a material form, which again is completely not true. We all understand Krishna is Satchit Ananda. Whenever he comes to perform his pastimes in this material world, he comes with his own Satchit Ananda Vigraha, with his Satchit Ananda body. Then the other point about the Mayavadis is that according to Mayavadis, all living entities are one with Brahman. They think that everybody is one with Brahman. Monism. But at present, they are covered by illusion. So by Maya, we are covered. Therefore, temporarily, we are separated from the Brahman. But when the illusion is gone, so their idea of perfection is not reaching the spiritual world and serving the Lord and enjoying the Lord's pastimes. Their idea is to uncover themselves from Maya by different means and then end up being one with Brahman, being one with the Lord. They believe the supreme truth is Brahman, which is the highest truth. Then they want to become the highest truth themselves. So they say that, yes, in that sense, we are all God. This is their belief. We are all God. And Sutta Prabhu in the class a couple of months ago was saying that he met a person and he was saying, oh, are you guys talking about God and everything? And then he said, I was a complete, total atheist until I met somebody who told me that you are God, I am God, everybody is God. We're just covered by illusion. Once the illusion is gone, we'll all be gods. So then from that time, I believe in God. I very much believe in God because I am God. See, this is the illusion that the whole world is living in. And the thing is, unfortunately, you will find that there is a majority of them. We are in the minority. There is a majority of them. They all believe that they are God, and ultimately we are all one with God, right? So it's 8:30. I'm just wondering, maybe we could just we'll take a pause here, and then we'll continue next week. Tomorrow, not next week. Tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll take the class. Normally I have my Bhagavad Gita class at the Radha Govinda Sangha. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to invite the whole Sangha to join us tomorrow, rather than have a separate, although we are on separate levels. We have actually, in that Sangha has been going for 18 years, 16 years maybe, and we have completed reading the Bhagavad Gita. It took us about 16 years to read the Bhagavad Gita completely because we're doing it only once a week, not daily. But so now we've started again. So we are actually on the first chapter there, but hopefully they will not mind coming to this session tomorrow to continue to read the second part of these two verses. So we will actually, sorry, there's one more point on this slide we'll finish, so we know where we ended. So the main idea is that everything is God, meaning that you too are God, and somehow or other we've forgotten that we are God. So this is the idea of Mayavad philosophy. So I will stop here. Before we chant the prayers, the same prayers, I'd just invite any comments, any questions, any realizations, any corrections, please.
Prabhu, this word transcendental is used quite frequently. What exactly it means? I mean, I'm not clear.
Which word, Chandresh Prabhu?
Transcendental.
Oh, transcendental, yes. So transcendental is the word transcend, right? Transcend means to rise above something, right? So, for example, if a plane it takes off from Heathrow today on a cloudy day like this, it would take off and then at some point it will transcend the clouds. That means it'll be above the clouds. So that is a literal meaning. So transcendental means that something that transcends material nature. That something is beyond material nature, which is the spiritual nature, transcendental. That makes sense, Chandresh Prabhu?
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I have sent you a message in the chat. I just wanted to later you can see that before winding off. Prabhu,
Okay, let me just find the chat 1 second. New participants. Because we're moving from one platform to the other, I'm just finding out where the chat. Yeah, chat is here. I've got the participants. I can't get the tab for the chat. Oh, it'll be here, isn't it? Give me a second. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna move some things on my desktop so I can see a proper desktop. I can see the chat then. Okay. Oh, it's not coming up. I've got a participant. I can't see the chat. Right, mute. 1 second. Give me a second. There's got to be a way. What's that? Yeah, I found it. Okay, yeah, sorry. God. Chat. No, it's not there. It's the wrong place. Give me a second. Chat, yes, here. Okay, so it says, I'll just read it out. Hare Krishna Prabhu. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj requested during today's Zoom call, all devotees should offer Shayana Ekadashi fasting and whatever if they do to the speedy recovery of Paticharu Maharaj so that he can be with us soon as we need him. Thought of sharing this here so you can request. Thank you, very, very nice. Thank you so much, Nitai Mataji. Thank you so much. Yes, that's very nice. So tomorrow is Ekadashi, Shayana Ekadashi, and we should all definitely offer this Ekadashi to His Holiness Paticharu Maharaj's well-being, and any extra rounds we chant tomorrow, we should also offer to him. Thank you so much for reminding me. That's very nice. Thank you. The whole world is praying, but as today we had Chandramuli Maharaj explaining to us that yes, we can keep praying, and the Lord will do whatever is best for him. Well, he said something. Actually, no, it was Maharaj yesterday. The German Maharaj, Sachinanda Maharaj, he was saying something interesting yesterday. He says, you know, we want everything to be our way. We are greedy. We want Maharaj to be with us. And this is our wish. And this is fine also. It's also good to make that wish because we all love him and we all need him. But he says, Krishna has other plans. If Krishna has other plans for him, Krishna will do it. So Krishna, if he makes him better and gives him back to us, is glorious for us. But he used this sentence, which is very touching. He said, but if Krishna takes him away from us, it's glorious for Maharaj, because Krishna will be using him for his needs. So we just pray that whatever is best for him, the Lord will do. But of course, we want him back here. Let's just pray and see the devotees, when they pray, they say, oh my Lord, if you so desire, please make our Guru Maharaj well again. But yesterday, Gurujan Prabhu was writing in a note somewhere that when he comes to Patichara Maharaj, he says, I'm not able to get myself to say, if you so desire. I just want to say, please bring him back. So this is the feeling worldwide. Everybody's got so much feeling for Maharaj. So let's just pray that Krishna will fulfill our wish. And yes, any other questions? Sorry, go back to this purport.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Santosh here.
Santosh
What's the difference? What's the difference between God and Godhead, please?
Yes. So I'm not sure whether you were there in the beginning of the call, Santosh Mataji. We discussed Godhead. So I'll repeat it. Don't worry. So God means the Supreme Personality of Godhead. God, actually, the term God, because God can sometimes mean also demigods. So that's why Prabhupada always says the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Godhead means the abode. Godhead means Vaikuntha, Goloka, the supreme abode. That is God. That's Godhead.
I see. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So, Prabhu, one question I have is, if Krishna is transcendental, is over this material energy and over the material modes of nature, and how is it that in his leelas he is acting as if he is in control of others, or he forgets who he is, basically.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do understand there's a concept of Mahamaya and Yogamaya,
yes.
but maybe you want to elaborate
yes.
for my better understanding. Thank you.
Rajesh Prabhu, very, very
You have
nice.
reached all shackles. No one is going to eat that star.
So yeah, Rajesh Prabhu, very nice question. So yes, so Krishna is always transcendental, whether he's performing his pastimes in the material world or in the spiritual world. Both places is transcendental. When he comes to the material world, he comes with the energy of his Yogamaya, as you quite rightly mentioned. There's Mahamaya and Yogamaya. So Mahamaya is the controller of the material world. Mahamaya, the personification of Mahamaya is Durga. Durga is the superintendent of the material world. Prabhupada uses that term. But when the Lord comes here, he is never under the control of Mahamaya. He always comes under the control of his Yogamaya. Yogamaya is his internal potency, whereas Mahamaya is his external potency. So the Lord has two potencies, Yogamaya and Mahamaya. Yogamaya is internal potency. And when we become devotees, when we surrender to Krishna, we also then become guided by Yogamaya. So Yogamaya is used for Krishna. Krishna uses the Yogamaya, and when he comes here, he acts. It is like a drama. Bhakti Charu Maharaj many times explains. It's actually pastime of Krishna is like a drama. So he comes with other actors. When you have a drama troupe, sometimes you have these Gujarati dramas come from India. So they all come. All the people that have come, and they will spend 2-3 weeks here going around every city, doing their performances. So this is like this. Krishna comes with his entourage to the material world, and he performs his pastimes for the pleasure of his devotees, number one. Number two, to annihilate the miscreants. Paritanaya sadhunam vinashayata duskritam. So he comes and enacts his pastimes for these two reasons. But he's never under the control of Maya. Rajesh Prabhu, anything more to add?
No, I think that's pretty good. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we 8:42. We will just chant.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I have one question.
Yes, please, Ashwin Prabhu.
Thank you. So after Krishna is telling Arjun the Chaturshli shlokas, and he has been talking to Arjuna for roughly 2 or 3 chapters now. So firstly, this was not done in a separate room. This was done on a battlefield in front of other people. Also, there was a direct transmission to Dhritarashtra Maharaj from Sanjay, right?
Yes.
So did this not have any effect on the soldiers or the warriors on the opposite side, or any effect on Dhritarashtra?
So yes, very nice question actually. Very, very nice question. So this is happening on the battle, like you say, this is happening in the battlefield. And there are people who are hearing. One consideration is it's a huge battlefield. There are so many thousands of soldiers. So it could not be that everybody heard it. Arjuna and Krishna were speaking. It is said that some people did hear it, but because they were covered with envy, Duryodhana was so much covered, thick coat of envy, that he didn't even hear it. He heard it, but it didn't go into his ears, like in from one ear and out from the other. So this is how it's explained. It did, even if people heard it, it didn't make the impact. And when we hear Krishna Katha, even if it's directly from Krishna, if Krishna has not willed it, we will not understand it. We need Krishna's grace to understand it. So Krishna really at that point, he only wanted Arjuna to understand it and the Pandavas to understand it. He didn't want to ruin it, because imagine, it was Krishna's plan to have this war. It was Krishna's plan to get rid of all the miscreants from this earth. So if everybody had heard it and they had suddenly changed their mind and said, no, we're doing the wrong thing, let's not have this war, then you and I will not be here today. So all
Okay,
it's a
I
master
understand.
plan.
Thank you.
Master plan.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, just a quick question. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was Vasudev who wrote down the Gita, right?
Yes.
But how was it transmitted to him? Because he wasn't actually present when it was, like, he wouldn't have heard it first hand, like each and every word that was said. So how did he get the information?
So do you know how Sanjay was able to see the battle and hear everything?
Yeah. There was remote view.
Yeah, but how did he get that ability?
It's a mystic power. I don't know how he got it, but
no, he got that power through Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is a spiritual master, and Vyasadeva gave him that ability. So now you can imagine, if Vyasadeva gave him the ability to hear, easily he could hear as well.
Okay, all right. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Okay, so
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Isn't it that the Shukdev Maharaj's son, Brahmaji's putra is? So I think the Lord Vishnu, Krishna, passed that knowledge to Brahma about the Gita.
Mm-hmm.
And from Brahmaji came to Narada, because Narada's Brahma's putra, son.
Yes.
And from Naradji is a Shukdev Maharaj.
Yes.
And from Shukdev Maharaj is come to Vyasmuni.
Yes.
And from Vyasmuni to is a Parikshit Maharaj.
Yes.
So I think that knowledge is handed down from parampara.
Yeah, we were speaking about parampara. Yes, thank you, Prabhupada Mataji. So yes, the Vedic knowledge, which also includes the Bhagavad Gita, of course, came down in parampara like that. Quite correct. You're absolutely right to spot that out. But the point is, this particular incident of it being spoken on the battlefield, that Krishna says there, this is not the first time he's speaking, right? He says to Krishna in the 4th chapter that I first instruct, he says, Shri Bhagwan Uvacha, Imam Vivashvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam, Vivashvan Manave Prahur Manur Ishvakave Pravit. So he shows that path. He says, I first, millions of years ago, spoke this knowledge to the sun god, Vivashvan. Vivashvan then spoke to Manu, his son, and Manu then spoke to Ikshvaku, his son. So different ways the knowledge is coming, right? You mentioned one path. This is Krishna's mentioning another path. So this is how the knowledge comes. So it wasn't the first time it was spoken, but this particular incident when it was spoken at the battlefield is what we are talking about now, and this is how it came. But initially, yes, you're quite right. Initially, all Vedic knowledge, which includes the Gita, of course, came from Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, then the Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaya into his heart. He revealed the knowledge into the heart of Brahmaji. And then Brahmaji then distributed that knowledge. But then that knowledge got lost. Evam para praptam imam rajasho vidu sakalinaha mata yogo nashta param tapa. He says this knowledge was received in a chain of distinct succession, what we're talking about. He received in distinct succession, but in the course of time, his succession was broken and the knowledge as it is appears to be lost. So we can see that it was lost and then it was spoken again.
Until the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came.
Yes.
And started that, yeah.
Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and at that time it was already there, but he made it more popular. He made it more prevalent. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we will just recite the Nasim mantra, the Nasim prayers. Padmamalini will recite it. So we'll just do it together. Go on. No, let's do the prayer first. Jaya Narsingha, Shri Narsingha, Jaya Jaya Narsingha, Ugram Viram Mahavishwam Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham, Narsingha Pisharam Padram Nritya Namamiham. Jaya Narsingha, Shri Narsingha, Jaya Jaya Narsingha, Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa. Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadadayini Hiranyakashipurvaksha Shilatankanakalaya Ito Narsingho Parato Narsingho Yato Yami Yato Narsingho Narsingho Hridaye Narsingho Narsingham Abhim Sharanam
Prapadim
Tavaranam Parenakam Adbhuta Shringam
Hiranyakashipur
Tanringam Yeshavarita
Narari Rupa
Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya
Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya
Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Maharaj
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Shila Prabhupada Jaya Guru Guru